Welcome, welcome to my ex dirty secrets.
The wine glass slipped from her fingers and shattered against the floor. For a moment, everything froze, the sound, the air, even my heartbeat. The deep red liquid crept along the tile like spilled blood, winding its way toward my feet. "Ethan, I can explain," she said. Her voice trembled, but not from guilt. From fear. Of me. Well, of the truth. I had seen the messages hours ago. Her phone buzzing with his name, Mark, office. I wasn't supposed to notice. But the way she smiled when she read them, the softness, the glow that hadn't been meant for me in months, was enough to turn my stomach. Now she stood before me in her silk robe, the one I bought for our anniversary. She looked beautiful and I hated her for it. "Explain," I asked, voice steady but low, almost calm. "Go ahead." Her lips parted, then pressed shut again. She was searching for a story, I could see it in her eyes. Something convincing. Something that wouldn't make her the villain in the story of us. "I've been unhappy for a long time," she finally whispered. "You've changed, Ethan. You barely talk to me anymore. You come home late, and when you do, you just sit there, quiet, distant." I needed someone to listen. I laughed, a sharp, bitter sound that bounced off the walls. "So, you found someone to listen between your sheets?" Her face twisted with shame. Or maybe just anger that I wasn't playing my part, the betrayed fool who begs to understand. "I'm done with this marriage," she said finally, her chin lifting, voice hardening as if defiance could erase her guilt. "I can't do this anymore." Smiled. Not a smirk, not sarcasm. A genuine smile that made her eyes flicker with confusion. "Works for me," I said. "A month." Her brows furrowed. "What? 1 month?" I repeated. "They live like nothing happened. And when the month ends, you can go. No fights. No lawyers. No drama." She hesitated, unsure whether it was a trap. But I could see the relief beginning to seep in. She thought I was being reasonable. That I was letting her go with grace. But that month wasn't for her. It was for me. The days passed in uneasy silence. I cooked breakfast like always. Kissed her cheek before work, asked about her day. She tried to act normal too, but guilt has a scent. It lingers, sweet and sour. She'd glance at her phone too often. Step outside to take a call. Shower longer than usual after late nights at the office. I didn't confront her. I watched, waited. Every smile she faked carved a deeper hole in my chest. Every lie she told made me remember the woman I married. The one who used to cry at sad movies, who loved midnight drives, who whispered, "You're my forever," against my neck. But that woman was gone. In her place stood a stranger who shared her face. At night, I'd lie awake listening to the hum of her breathing beside me. I used to find comfort in that sound. Now it only reminded me of what I'd lost. Still I played my part. Patient, polite, loving. Because the truth is, I wasn't ready to let go. Not yet. I needed to understand how someone could destroy something so sacred without blinking. It was the 26th day when I found her in the kitchen, smiling at her phone again. I watched her reflection in the window. The way her lips curved. The way her thumb danced over the screen. "Big plans for tonight?" Asked casually. She jumped, fumbling with the phone. "No. Just messaging Sarah about her wedding." I said, pretending to believe her. "Tell Sarah I said congrats." She smiled weakly and nodded. But later that night, while she worked late, I drove to her office. Parked across the street. Watched her silhouette step out of the building and into another man's car. Mark. Tall, confident, everything I wasn't supposed to feel threatened by. They drove to a small hotel on the outskirts of town. I didn't follow them inside. I didn't need to. Instead, I sat in my car and stared at the glowing sign above the building until my eyes burned. I wasn't angry anymore. Just hollow. The kind of hollow that no amount of revenge could fill. When she came home, her hair still damp from a shower, she smiled nervously. "You're up late." "Couldn't sleep," I said, watching her closely. "How was work?" She swallowed hard. Busy. Good. He nodded. Because your month's up. Her face went pale. What? I stood, walked over, and placed her phone on the counter. You didn't even bother to change his name from Mark, office. Lazy. Tears welled in her eyes. Ethan, please. No, I interrupted quietly. Don't. I don't want to hear why. I just want you to pack your things. She reached for me, but I stepped back. You said you were done with this marriage, I said, voice soft, trembling. I just waited until I was too. She started crying, begging, promising it was over with him, that she wanted to fix things. But it was too late. Sometimes love dies quietly, over months of silent dinners and forced smiles. Sometimes it dies suddenly, with a single message and a hotel room. Ours died the moment she stopped looking at me the way she used to. I walked her to the door, handed her suitcase, and watched as she disappeared into the night. For the first time in months, the house felt peaceful. I poured a glass of whiskey, sat by the window, and let the silence wash over me. She once told me I never fought for her. She was right. But some things aren't worth fighting for once they've already been given away.